What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another awesome episode of the Minimal Viable Production Show with, your host, this guy, Jesse Wolfe. If you're new here, thanks for coming back. Well, you're not back. Thanks for showing up for the first time. Welcome to the MVP show, where we talk about how to get basically your idea off the ground and into a minimal viable product. So out of your head and into reality. And if you're coming back, I love you. Thanks for coming back. Whew, man, is it a crazy time in this world? It's been a crazy time for me the last couple weeks. This whole 2020 has just been a roller coaster, as most of us know. And last weekend, I actually got a chance to go back to my family's house up in beautiful Georgia and celebrate graduation of my brother from high school and my other brother from UGA. So congrats to you guys. And sorry for that missed episode. Got a little bit away from me. And hey, as a regular MVP, we're still figuring out how to schedule this stuff. So, anyways, I'm excited to be back. We're back in the office, as you guys can tell. Man, just getting off pace a little bit for a couple of days really can throw off your work week, as most of us know. So, last week was tough trying to catch up. But we're back. We're here. And, of course, we're going to be on schedule with this episode of the MVP. So I had some things planned. I've got a lot of stuff planned for this show, as you guys know. But one thing has happened over the last couple months, but specifically over the last couple weeks, that I have to bring up. So this is going to be a bit of a different episode, but we're going to talk about TikTok. And I joined TikTok probably February, I think, of this year, 2020, right before the whole quarantine hit, because I was really intrigued. I heard my sister was on it, a year before, as I think Musical.ly is what they used to call it. And then it was acquired, and the name was changed to TikTok, as far as I believe. So it became TikTok. I don't know. I want to say like late 2019. And now, it's this kind of new platform. So I heard it catching steam, hopped on there. I had to figure out what it was and how can you harness it, for good productivity, whether it's learning or growing or, using it for your own brands, etc. So I started kind of doinking around in this app called TikTok. And then I was like, nobody really knows me on this app at all, which is kind of awesome. And there weren't a lot of people that believed in it at first. So I said, I'm going to put myself on here as the real Jesse Wolfe, and I'm going to focus on, holding myself accountable for losing weight, which, I'm trying to do. 2020, I set big goals to get my health as a priority. So I did that. And, it started off, awesome. I met some great people on there. Wasn't really concerned about the followers, because I met a good little squad of people on there, and we were all holding ourselves accountable, each other accountable. And then something started happening. I saw this year, 2020, I made a board, a vision board, a dream board, whatever you guys want to call it. And maybe one of these episodes, I don't know. I don't know if I'll share my vision board, because it's, that's kind of something personal to me. But we could talk about doing vision boards. Anyways, so I made a vision board, and one of them was a theme word. And my theme word for 2020 was consistency. Whatever I did, I wanted to be consistent. So with TikTok, I was like, well, if I post every day, that means I have to work out every day, which holds me consistent for working out. So that was my accountability check. And then as I met more people on there, they too were holding me accountable as I was holding them accountable by posting every day. What crazy thing happened was it started to build. And more people were like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want to join this. So about a month ago, a bunch of us were on there just kind of messaging back and forth. And, I was like, well, this is great. Like, this is a pure accident, but like, what can we do with it? And someone suggested, like, we call ourselves something. And I was joking, like, what do we call ourselves? And I was like, the Wolfpack, like, being sarcastic. And everyone's like, yeah, actually, that's great. So we started calling ourselves the Wolfpack. And again, it was just something fun. Remember, I work on stuff every day. I've got this podcast. I got a lot of stuff going on here. What's crazy is what happened next. I went from like 3,000 followers to today, we broke 20,000 followers on TikTok in like less than 3 weeks. Unbelievable. Nothing really went mega viral. It's just been compounding and compounding and compounding. Unbelievable. And I'm not here to brag or to flex on the fact that I have 20,000 followers, because that's not really a ton in the landscape of social media. But what I want to talk about is the tribe. I've told you guys this before, and we'll talk about it again. We have built, accidentally, an incredible tribe. A tribe of people who are tired of the fitness industry, who are tired of being cornered and shamed for their body weight, body size, etc., who just want to be supported and supportive on other people's weight loss journeys. No negativity, no crap, no, BS supplements, no junk diets, just real support and real motivation every single day. And that's the tribe we built. And it's become the Wolfpack, which is absolutely crazy. But there's something special here. And it's really been kind of weighing on me heavy for the last couple weeks as I've watched this thing build and build. And I've received hundreds of messages, thanking me for starting this thing. And I just kind of have to sit back and go, what did I do? Right? I just created something for myself and put myself out there, was vulnerable, and accidentally created this. So now I see that I'm not alone. I see that the problem that I had, right, this accountability, this, fear of being ridiculed for trying to better myself, the lack of, clothing and stuff catered towards normal people, bigger people in the fitness industry, doesn't exist. So I think it's time that we do something about this. I think it's time that I fire up the Wolfpack into something legit. I don't know what that's going to look like. I can't really tell you how it's going to play out. But that's the exciting part. That is entrepreneurship 101. We all, 20,000 of us, seem to have the same problem. There's not really a good solution out there. And I can't think of a better thing to show you guys that follow the MVP fixing. So I think it's time. Originally I didn't think this was going to go very far. I didn't really know what it was. Again, it was an accountability thing for myself. But damn it, I just keep getting these messages and comments. I'm watching people send me messages every day saying, "You're saving my life. You got me off the couch. I'm starting my fitness journey. Today I'm starting because of you." I'm nobody, right? In fact, I'm a long way to go on my own fitness journey, but the fact that these people want to change their lives and nobody is really out there doing this to push people to change their lives, to create an environment to help people like that change their lives. Instead you've got a lot of high octane fitness industry that wants to help you, but it's a lot like the MVP process. People want to get in shape. People want to change their lives. They want to get healthier. They want to eat better, but it's not always the easiest. There's a lot of people looking for, where do I start? How do I start? This is overwhelming. Do I need to take supplements? Do I need to end gym memberships? I'm not ready for a gym. I'm not in shape for a gym. I'm embarrassed to go to the gym. And there's a lot of people like that. And that's okay. Because, I have been an athlete all the way through high school, and even going into college, I did competitive powerlifting and bodybuilding and all that stuff. And then I got into entrepreneurship, and it was exciting, and I ended up doing that and, kind of giving up the fitness, if you will. I would love to be back to the shape I was then, but I'll get there. And, again, I can't help but think that there's something here, and this is what I tell you guys all the time. Look for those, wait a minute, moments. I sat here and I complained that, there's just nobody really doing what I need on the internet, and I was going to hold myself accountable. So I put myself out there, really vulnerable. And, people started joining the movement, which is crazy. It wasn't even a movement. It was just joining me. I kind of felt like Forrest Gump a little bit when he runs across the country, I had a bunch of people running through the desert with me. So, when it got to a point, I was like, man, I would love to have some like fitness clothes that fit and like some, all kinds of stuff, and I'm a big dude. They don't make it. And if they do make it, it's super limited. It sucks. And it's super expensive. And when I posted about that, people lost their minds too, saying, oh my God, I want that too. So, boy, I've never done anything in the fitness industry. I make food and I do that really well. But I think that we're in a culture now where your physical health and your mental health are so damn important. We want to live longer. We want to be around, much longer to enjoy everything that's going on, good, bad, or ugly. We just want to be here, and I think people are really wanting to change and to get healthier, but I really feel like a lot of people just don't know how or where or, to whom to get that information from. So I don't know what this is going to look like, but I think we're going to go for it, guys and gals. I think the Wolfpack starts today. We've had it going online on TikTok. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. Again, I'm not even sure where we're going to start, but if you follow me on Instagram, you are going to get a behind-the-scenes tour, and we're going to talk about it many more times here on the MVP show. I will be sure to give you guys updates as we continue to build this thing. And, before I wrap it up, a little more MVP news. So a couple things here. I get, obviously, a ton of responses and questions and emails a week. Some from the MVP show, some about my previous entrepreneurship ventures, some about my current ones, and then, some about my hobbies, like, obviously the Wolfpack is. The problem is I'm one person, right? So I've done some thinking, and I talked to some close friends and my girlfriend, and, just bounce some ideas off them, and I'm like, dang, I would love to be able to help more people, but I'm just one person, and I've got a career. I've got a ton of things going on, and I just physically can't be in that many places at once, and I only have so much time per day and so many days per week, and I have to also focus on my stuff. So I'm thinking about doing a couple things. One, we are rocking and rolling. As you see, we've got the microphone. We've got the content media cranking. It's doing awesome, right? This sounds so much better. If you think it sounds better, leave a comment below. We're going to start taking phone calls, which is going to be sick. We're going to start taking guests, which is going to be sick. Again, we're working on getting us on a actual podcast channel, which is going to be awesome. And some big news around the MVP show for that. But this is going to be the time and place to ask questions. I figure that way everybody can learn from the information. And then secondly, right, so the MVP show is going to be have an opportunity for Q&A. It's going to be awesome. I'm amped for that. I think a lot of you guys have a lot of the same questions, and you'll be able to ask yourself, well, if I put my widget in place of their widget, does that help me? Two, I'm really thinking about creating maybe some like online modules that, when you guys get to certain points in your business, you can use these modules. And I think that's going to work out really awesome because I could get many more people through these modules and it'll explain things more in depth. It's kind of a one-on-one in essence type of thing for you guys, and you can go at your own paces and answer a lot of those questions. So what do you think about these online modules? Comment below. Let me know. I'm excited. I think it's just allowing me to share my knowledge with more people faster. And of course, I would love to do a ton of one-on-ones and help people and give advice. Like I said, I've got a ton of emails I still have to work through. I just can't, and it sucks. But it's the time thing. It really is. I just don't have that much time in a day, let alone a week. And if I try to take everybody like that, I mean, good God, man, I won't get any of my own stuff done. So I'm trying to figure that piece out. But regardless, a lot of big things happening. I hope you like this video. If you don't, please like it. Please subscribe. I'm excited. The Wolfpack's happening. The MVP show is rocking and rolling. I think we're going to crank out some modules. You guys need to let me know that below. And keep sending those questions and comments. Next week's episode is going to be super dope. So I hope to see you there. I love you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode of the MVP show. Peace.